Hikaru, an impressive performance all around. You started off with this very intriguing opening choice. How did you come up with the Kalashnikov?
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of things. First of all, I'm just here to have fun, so why not play something to surprise my opponents? I did it against Sam, against Leinier, felt the same way. Yeah, I mean, I've played every Sicilian under the sun against him. We've obviously played many times, but I just want to do something different. And he spent a lot of time, and I think in the one control format, it's very, very difficult if you get way down on the clock. And somewhere in the middle game, I felt good, but I lost the thread a little bit. I mean, the first thing is like, yeah, obviously if you go back here, I mean. Again,
and this rook to b8 was very intriguing as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is the Parham line. Max Sudlu plays this all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, knight d5 is the best move. Like, knight d5 takes a knight e7. But, I mean, the big thing here is that, of course, the computer doesn't even, okay, the weak engines don't even say what the best move is. Yeah,
G4?
I mean, of course, yeah, I mean, I don't play chess, so I can say this. But, yeah, g4 is obviously the best move, and it's very, very sharp, and nobody knows what's going on. But if you don't know that that's the move, it's almost impossible to play. And,
well, Yasser actually guessed it. And he didn't have the engines.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to it's easy when you're not playing, because I mean, if Yasser is playing, he plays g4 and loses. Everyone's going to pretty much tell him, like, you say don't do this, don't do that, and you push a pawn, you lose like a clown, and you're just a total idiot. So I mean, it's much different because when you're not playing, like if you suggest a movement is bad, I mean, there's nothing can go wrong really. Yeah. But when you're in the moment playing, obviously it's very difficult. And I had a feeling that Leinier wasn't going to play it. I thought he would play g3, and I mean, I thought I should have been completely fine in this opening, but somewhere I lost the thread. Yeah, I thought
sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Don't worry, I've done that. But yeah, like if you go back to around b4, around move 20, yeah, like keep going. Yeah, we castle. Yeah, somewhere around here, I thought I should be fine, but I lost the thread when I went knight c5. I don't know if b4 was better or.
b4 was one of the top moves, I think, and f5 as well. But
yeah,
b4 was definitely.
Because basically what I decided was I just miscalculated this line with knight c5, queen e2. Queen c7, and I just completely underestimated b4 and b4 and rook a5. Sorry. And then already here, I mean, probably for a computer it's still okay, but I didn't feel very good about it because I thought I had it all under control, and then I didn't. And
now you have to give up the bishop.
Yeah, I take and then play knight f5, and I still wasn't so sure though. I played rook a7, which I thought was I thought he could actually take the pawn too. I was a little surprised that he didn't do it because it looks kind of ugly after knight takes e3, f takes e3, but I'm not able to win back the pawn right away. And yeah, I can play like knight b6 or something, but if I'm not getting f5 and e4 in, like say just play knight b6, or okay, fine, whatever, just play knight b6, I don't know, some stupid move, king h1, f5, king g1, e4. Like if I get this, where the bishop on g2 is very bad, this should be very good for me. But the problem is I thought that in this line, instead of like king h1, of course, after knight b6, that white can go like e4 here at some point. Yes. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe this position doesn't work. But I thought, like, if I'm not getting f5, e4, I thought that white should just be up the pawn. I mean, okay, obviously here I guess it doesn't work. But
yeah.
But yeah, like I thought here that I was in trouble. Then he played rook a7, and I thought I was once again completely okay.
Rook to b7.
Just keep going, yeah.
Were you playing for an advantage right now? Or?
Well, see, here I thought I was completely fine, and then about 3 moves later, I thought I was suddenly in a lot of trouble.
Okay, this was the critical moment, though. You played knight f6, bishop g5, king to g7, and bishop to h3, and you spent quite a lot of time here, almost 20 minutes.
I can actually go king g5. Wow. I mean, I spent a lot of time because I saw knight e7. Knight e7 was what I wanted to do, but takes, and f4. And originally I thought I had queen a7, king h1, and queen d4, but this actually loses to queen f1, I believe.
Yes.
And then you take with check on e5, and the king is completely exposed. So this was the original idea. Then yeah, I kind of thought I could maybe take on f4, but it just, I don't know, it looks so ridiculous.
And now you go to g5.
And gf4, king h6, queen f6, queen e3 or something?
Queen f6, queen e3, and yeah, you're actually winning this one.
Yeah, I mean, from a distance I saw that I could play this, but it looks so bad.
So this was your main line that you were calculating.
Yeah, I was calculating this for a long time, and then finally, when I just thought my king's too open, and I started looking at other lines, I came up with this knight d4 idea. I mean, initially, actually, I also thought after c3 I could play rook a3 here, but this actually loses, I think, because white can take and go queen e4. And if I take on c3, there's rook d4, rook c1, king g2 takes queen f4.
Now you have some knight b.
I have knight b3 here, which is okay. Yeah, I mean, this loses, of course, because rook c1.
Queen f4, yeah.
Actually, queen d4 first is better, but. You can even take with check and then check on E3 or F4. Yeah. But so knight B3. Okay, I mean, yeah. Again,
like
this
alien
is
chess. Yeah.
Yeah. So then what I thought was then after C3, I came up with this other idea. I thought, well, now I can go knight C2, and put the knight on A3, and then put the knight on C4. This is actually what I thought. I mean, it looks kind of weird, but if I get the knight to C4, suddenly both of those knights are very well placed.
Yeah.
So this I thought was an idea, and I didn't see a way for white to win here. So I figured if it's not winning and Leinier being low on time, I can just kind of go and do whatever.
And probably the best for him would have been to go rook d to rook d1 and
yeah, but it's very hard to because like you don't know like should white be better? Should black be better? Like if the game goes on, who's better? It's not really clear with the bishops versus the knights.
Yep.
So. I thought, yeah, queen f3 I think was a mistake. So after knight g8, I mean, white's probably still okay, but now I think it becomes very hard to play because in the long term, the knight on g8 should be better than the bishop on g5. Yeah. And of course, I can always put the other knight on a3. So.
And very cool idea towards the end was this h5 move. Yeah, it doesn't seem like you have anything more to do, but finally the
I mean, he kept defending ridiculously well. I was waiting for him to make a blunder, and then he kept playing good moves. And yeah, h5, I don't know if it's actually winning, but it's ideas.
The best move, I think. Yeah.
It is okay. Well, I mean, it's also hard for me because I don't have moves. Like originally, I thought he had blundered rook a3. I thought rook a3, like queen c4 and some knight e5 or something is good. Yes. But of course, on rook a3, there's bishop c1 instead of queen c4, and now I think if anything, white might be better.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you close the show quite nicely with this
checkmate
that you would probably see every Tuesday in your games.
Something like that. Yeah, I mean, it would have been nice if I guess queen g1's mate in one, but if I could get knight h5, knight g3, it'd be even better. But all right, it's too much.
You will be playing the winner of Fabi versus Wesley. How do you see that match play out, which is actually starting in just a few
I mean,
minutes?
I think that's a coin flip. It just depends who gets a better position out of the opening, or who's up on time when they get into the scramble. I don't really see any big difference between either of them. I mean, Fabiano, I don't remember, was it this last U.S. Championship or the previous one? Fabiano won the last one, right? So it would have been 2 years ago that Wesley won in the tiebreaker. But I'm thinking about tiebreaker, and I think Fabiano got a much better position, maybe even winning. Then, of course, got too low on time, messed it all up. Wesley ended up winning. So I think there's very little difference between them, and it doesn't really matter who I play.
Hikaru, thank you very much. Congratulations once again. We'll see you tomorrow.
Sure.
Our congratulations as well. Fantastic game by Hikaru as we get ready for the playoffs.